All right, we're going to do down here in Van Nuys today with the Investigation News Network. If you remember, she's the one that organized a feeding at Fred Jordan Mission, and we got A.V. Watchman, and I'm going to let her explain. We're doing a First Amendment audit here at the East Valley Animal Shelter in the city of Van Nuys, and I'm going to let you explain to her. I'm going to let her explain to you why.
So yeah, we're down here at the today at the East Valley Animal Shelter, and we're doing an audit today here at this location. But all of the LA animal shelters are pretty corrupt, in my opinion, and they have been for many, many years. There's a lot of corruption going on and misplacement of funds. There's thousands and thousands of animals, healthy, loving animals, that are euthanized every month here in the county of Los Angeles. There's a lot of animals that are misplaced in the system. There's a lot of animals that are brought in that are euthanized, that shouldn't be, that were lost, that people are looking for, that were euthanized because they were given wrong tag numbers. Every feral animal, a feral cat that's brought in, 99% of them are euthanized within days. There's traps that could be handed out with trapping permits to anyone that just walks in and asks for a permit, essentially. There's no system that monitors anyone that asks for a permit. There's rules and regulations that people are supposed to abide by when they get these permits, but yet there's nothing in place to monitor these people. Some psycho could walk in here, get a permit, trap an animal, torture it, kill it, take it or do anything to it, take it anywhere. There's just no system to monitor really anything that goes on.
And so the problem is there is a lot of funds coming in.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And they're using it for other things instead of making sure that the place runs right. And
right.
The easiest thing to do is just kill an animal, get rid of it, and it's out of the system.
Oh, absolutely. And as a matter of fact, with Brenda Barnett in place, as she's been since I believe it's 2010, she actually allows late-term pregnancies of dogs so she can actually sell them and profit.
There you go, guys. And she's an activist, so she knows a lot. We're here just to back her up. And this is her audit, and she knows a lot of. And I'm sure a lot of you guys who are into animals know. I do know a little bit about what she's talking about because in the high desert, we used to always rescue dogs, like we see them in the street, and we were taking them to this one shelter until we found out that they were euthanizing them, like days from when we were dropping them off. So we had to find a no-kill shelter, and then we started investigating. And if you guys look at the Hesperia animal shelter, it's the same kind of things going on up there. If you look at the reviews, the same kind of complaints, dogs killed for no reason. So yeah, it's she's really passionate about the animals, and so are we. So that's why we're here with her today.
You know, what they do is they lie to the public. They surely do not give them full disclosure. You know, the public as a whole in general, they think this is some magical place. They think they could bring in an animal here and that they'll be placed in some fabulous loving home, which unfortunately, generally, that's not always the case. They're always overcrowded. They lie about their numbers. They lie on how many animals are placed. I have heard of horror stories with all of these animal shelter locations. There's absolute horror stories. I have evidence myself that this particular location has left a cat in a trap for over 3 days in the elements, day and night, in the heat, in the cold, without any food, any water, for over 3 days at a DWP facility here in Van Nuys. I have the video footage of it, the pictures.
And that's cruel, guys. It gets hot out here and it gets cold.
Days.
And that's pretty extreme for a cat to be out in a cage. Anything to be in a cage for 3 days.
And then when I talked to the people here and I recorded the conversation, legally recorded the conversation, they just hung up on me.
So we're here to back her up. She's gonna do her thing. We're gonna just make sure we document it all. Again, here on Van Owen in the city of Van Nuys, California.
What's the number of the channel again?
Investigation News Network.
Investigation News Network. You guys make sure to check it out.
She's the one that set up that feeding at the Fred Jordan mission last week. So she's definitely about the community. Hi, buddy.
He's 2 years old. He's a real sweetheart. He's gonna get much bigger.
A handsome boy.
Look at that face.
A handsome
Look at
boy.
that face.
Personnel here before time.
Take a walk around. Sorry.
Look at how happy he is to walk around.
Personnel people here. Not all of them, but most of them are rude. They lack compassion on a monthly basis. They're always overcrowded.
Right, pork chop.
Top capacity. They lie to the public. They do not inform them whatsoever of their truth.
Just walked over and grabbed my whole camera with her whole hand and pushed it. Wham. She just walked over here.
Ask if you could speak to a supervisor.
There's cameras on them.
They're so sad.
I want to have the public understand.
Ask for a supervisor, Avy.
I want the public to understand this is not some magical place to dump an animal or to take it to.
So the lady just pushed one of the cameras because she works here.
Oh, he's right there.
Make sure to find your animal some forever loving home.
Look at it. He's like,
You don't get to film us, no.
You're paid by the public, that's us. Excuse me. You're a public servant, excuse me.
You're a public servant?
Is there anything?
Somebody touched his camera right now. Somebody touched his camera.
Is there anything we can help?
Somebody touched his camera. Be a man and
That
take
one
care
right
of it.
there. Okay, give me one moment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, servant. Lady comes like she was coming to my camera. Did you see her?
Yeah.
People who are well compensated. Not bothering nobody. She's just doing her story.
If somebody comes now.
And they grab his camera. I was over here documenting some of it.
How are
Can I
you?
help you guys?
The female that went walking back there, she ended up grabbing my whole camera from the front and moving it to the right. I can actually press charges on her for battery, but I'm not going to do that. But I need to get some type of apology. Yeah.
We're just doing a documentary
Okay.
where our tax money goes. And this is a public, you're a public entity. This is a
Right,
public.
but if you read the signs,
It says
it's
to take
personal information.
It says to take pictures
you're
of the
not-
animals and to become acquainted with them. So you have a picture that is encouraging
It
for
says
photography.
no filming in the lobby.
We're allowed to film. We've done this before,
No
ma'am.
filming in the lobby.
We've done this before.
Okay, well then let me call the police department. We'll have you escorted.
Okay.
This is
And then when they come, they can see that the video of him being touched. Okay.
Make sure she comes out here.
Here's the other entrance. So I'm gonna be out here. I had to go get a battery. So I don't know where they're at, but I'm gonna stay out here, wait for the police. All right, so here we go. We got LAPD here. Let's see what they got to say.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
So,
sir.
what's going on?
We're just in here filming today in a public library, a public
Lobby?
area. May I have your name, please?
Yeah, Officer Reiner.
We're doing
R-E-I-N-E-R.
we're doing documentary.
Serial number 40737.
Thank you.
We're just doing a documentary, and we were about to leave, and one of the employees grabbed his camera and pushed it. So we went to try to complain, and then they came out and told us we couldn't film. And we told them that.
Today?
Yeah, just about 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, yeah. So we just we waited.
More like a First Amendment audit.
It is,
or
but
is more like
it's
rights?
animal activism, yeah.
I just wanna know reason.
Yeah. It's both actually.
Yeah, it's both.
That's cool.
But what happened is there was no issues. We had already been here 15 minutes. We had already pretty much filmed the whole place.
Yeah.
Kind of on our way out. And then one of the employees came by and battered him, grabbed his camera, pushed it to the side for no reason. We were just standing there, you know.
Is the camera damaged?
No.
Vince is scuffed up, but I might be able to wipe it off.
Nothing permanent though, right? No. Okay.
I mean, we were just,
That's-
minding our own business, not really even talking to anyone whatsoever.
Yeah.
We were approached by some employees. We have every right to be here to film. We're in a public accessible area. And
Yeah.
like he said, we were kind of wrapping it up on our way out. And they have no right to approach us. They have no right to put hands on his equipment.
Right, I agree.
And here we are.
That
Well,
is that.
nothing's damaged, which
No.
is good.
No,
So,
nothing's damaged. Yeah.
I think just what it comes down to is just the uncomfortableness. You three coming around with cameras, there's people here who want to adopt, see pets, things like that. So I guess it's considering others. Them as a business want to provide an environment that's comfortable for people who don't like to be filmed, who don't mind being filmed.
Well,
So you can understand their perspective,
Sure.
which I get yours, and no one's going to infringe on you guys. We're kind of the middle group as far as making sure everyone's rights is protected all around.
We just want everybody to follow the law just like we have been.
Hey, I'm with you.
And that way it's always positive.
And that's why I'm
Lieutenant?
talking to you civilly. No,
Yeah.
I'm a field training officer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just an officer.
Yeah,
So,
and that's
no,
all
I
we're
just-
trying to do. We're just
yeah.
trying to make sure. And we waited for you guys so you guys wouldn't have to go look for us, not waste no more of your guys'
You know, I
time.
appreciate that, and that's cool that you guys are talking with us.
And you know
'cause-
what makes them in part uncomfortable? Listen, I'm an animal activist and a rescuer for 40 years since I was a 10-year-old child.
Oh, wow.
I've dealt with this particular location before and their corruption. I've documented them before, of leaving animals in a trap. I have documentation of this for over 3 days in the elements of the heat, the sun, in the cold. I have documentation of that, okay? Going against their own rules and regulations and policies. When I brought it to their attention, which I legally documented, they hung up on me. When I came in here, they rolled down their gates. They wouldn't talk to me. That's in part why they're uncomfortable that we're here, because attention's being brought to what's happening here behind closed doors.
Sure.
But the main issue was the contact. I mean, like I said, there was no issue before that. People might have been uncomfortable, whatever, but everybody was smiling. Everybody was getting along. We went all the way around. We were on our way out, and that's when it happened.
All right.
Yeah, there was no contact really whatsoever. We were just doing our little thing of filming.
Hey, and that's fine, and that's why I'm talking with you guys, like.
And we appreciate you. Your professionalism. Yes.
Yeah, of course. That's why I asked him if his camera's damaged, and if so, if he wants a report, we'd gladly take it.
Thank you.
Like I said, we're all about fairness, but even though this is, I don't know, they said there's allegedly have a no filming policy in here. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
Well, the way it works is because we do this, like the audits.
Sure, of course.
Policies for people who work for the company. Laws are made for the people who don't work for the company. So just because they put up a sign, it has to be law. We don't have to abide by policies.
Okay.
We don't work for the company. So that's the way it is structured. But we're going to get going. We appreciate your professionalism. And what was your name?
I was Officer Posada,
Okay.
0437.
My name's Philip, you guys. So.
All right. Would you guys like a business card?
Sure. That would be great. That would be great.
You give him a business card?
And thank you so much.
no
Thank you. I really appreciate you.
Of course, yeah.
And thank you for training. I mean, that's great. That's great. Yeah, that's great.
It's all about education and doing the right thing and making sure everyone's equally protected under the law, which is our 14th Amendment anyways.
Right.
So, that's what it's about.
The dialogue always bridges the gap, so that's good,
And
in
that's
any
what we
relationship.
do. And of course, due to history and stuff, law enforcement, we always try to bridge the gap between community and law enforcement so we can work hand in hand to help with not only like legal issues, civil issues, other issues that people have.
You guys have a lot on your plate. I know you guys have to know a lot.
Are constantly going through continuous education on that. Granted, no one's perfect.
Yeah.
There's always
The human factor. The human factor.
Yeah, of course, we're only human. But that's why it takes a lot of training, a lot of thorough discussions on how and talking with community members and activists, those kinds of people to try to do that. So.
And your name was again?
Officer Reiner, R-E-I.
All right, you guys make sure. What division? What?
Van Nuys.
The Van Nuys.
Van Nuys division.
The Van
Yes,
Nuys
sir.
division. You guys call up and when we get bad interactions, you guys make a big hoopla about it. Why don't we make a big hoopla about this professional officer too and the way they're conducting themselves? A lot more professional than a lot of instances. So we thank them.
We like to give props though where it's deserved too, with officers like these two gentlemen here.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna be out of here. We waited to make sure that they heard our side of the story, and that way there's no misinformation given. We have the video that shows it all, and you see, guys, this is why it's so important to help the officers see things from our point of view, so they can see that what we're doing is basically harmless, and we're just exercising our rights, and it's working. Thanks to all the hard work from all the people in the community who are out there putting work and being honest about it, man, and bringing change. This is a product of a lot of people's, all the way back to Ricky Monday and Tom Zebra and Poetic and Catman, all the original guys here in the LA area. This is what it's come to. And then that's why I don't address a lot of things that are going on, and I don't want to disrespect those who gave me a platform for me to do what I do. So I'm going to just always keep it about the activism and keep it about the tyranny or the progress like today. So thanks to all those who made a foundation for us. All those that I named, and there's more. But here in the area, Tony Vera, all you guys, man, appreciate you guys a lot. So it was a really good outcome. You guys go check out AV Watchman, you guys will see the person who touched his camera. You want to hear something cool? The officer went to go talk to them to make sure that it didn't look like he was walking us out. Is that what he said, right? Maybe? Make sure it looked like he wasn't walking us out. And that's great. The difference of it dealing with an informed person and authority, right, right, girl?
All right, guys. So
Here in the hot city of Venice. It's what, 195, 100?
You guys with the rescue?
No, she has a rescue. And she was doing a documentary, and we were just following her around, and then one of the ladies hit his camera, and then they called the cops, so we stuck around so we could tell the cops what happened. She got mad.
Yeah. We're protecting our First Amendment.
Hey, there you go. Right on. Yeah, we're activists. She does animal rescues, but we're police. We record the police. The cop watchers or the First Amendment audits and stuff.
I love that I watch those on TV.
What's your name?
Jessica.
Jessica. My name's Philip.
Nice to meet you.
Good job, girl. Good job.
Yeah, I stay watching those. I'm like, you gotta know where, when, where, and you know.
And but you know how it makes you feel good about knowing your rights? Share those videos with everybody you know, because everybody needs to feel the way we do when we know our rights.
Do you guys do any like community events where you talk to people like on a bigger scale about these kinds of things?
Yeah, I work in my community. It's called Root. It's restoring our old town, and it's a little foundation over there. It's a little group. We take care of the community there. Like we go to city council for lights and stuff like that the community needs. She does animal rescues too. We're all involved in different kind of stuff.
Got it.
Why were you asking?
Well, just because I feel like there's after my brother introduced me to that, like the audits and all of the other ones that are like on YouTube and on there, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about that kind of stuff, so they easily give up their rights. When approached, especially when authority gets involved.
Look.
They relinquish that because they don't know. I feel like if more people, especially in our kind of communities, knew about what penal codes they can present them, and then they'll back off, or what they can tell them, then a lot less problems would happen, and I think authority would have a lot less power than what they already try to have over people.
Yeah, see, you're awake, and that's good. And the reason why I was asking you to share with people is because, like right now, 10 people get pulled over, 8 of those people give up their rights.
Right.
So there's no reason for law enforcement or anybody to change their ways, because it's like a casino.
Right.
You could deal with the 2 losses if you're winning 8 times, right?
Right.
So the reason I was asking you to share the videos, especially like you're young, to share the videos with your generation, is because whenever change is going to happen is when 10 cars get pulled over and 7, 8 of us are sticking up for our rights.
Yeah.
Then they'll have to change their ways. That's why it's important for you to share with everybody that you know, and so they can know their rights.
Yeah, no, I totally respect that. I think the more people that know, the more people that aren't taken advantage of, especially when authorities get involved.
You made my day. That's good. It's good to see the youth informed.
No, I'm actually with another non-profit organization.
Oh, which one?
The Rescue Train.
The Rescue Train? I'll give a shout out to the Rescue Train.
Thanks.
I love your shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
And what's your name?
Jessica.
Jessica.
Yeah, so we basically just try to help people with resources. They need different low-cost meds or whatever. We try to get them on their way somewhere.
There you go. Everybody loving the animals,
Are you
guys.
here in the valley, or where is your location?
We don't have a set location. We're all just foster.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So we do that. Yeah. Yeah, there's a Facebook and Instagram, all of that stuff for the rescue itself. But I know I saw you guys. But it's a city building, right?
Yeah.
You guys are allowed to.
Yeah.
Right, which is, I was like, they're not.
tripping in there?
Well, yeah.
You know what's cool is the officers actually wanted to make sure that they told us they were going to go talk to them because they wanted to make sure that it didn't look like they were escorting us out, so let them know that we had every right to be in there.
Right. Yeah, and from what I know is what I told them, I was like, well, because they're not allowed to film. This is a public city building, because they're allowed to film whatever they want.
Yeah, props to you.
Thank you for keeping people accountable.
And thank you for taking care of the animals.
Yeah, thanks.
Shoot, look at that. What a beautiful ending to the story right there. And it's awesome because she's about my daughter's age, you know, and you don't see a lot of the people in that age group that informed.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, and you can tell she's got a heart. She said her brother introduced it to her, and I mean, you could see she had the whole spiel down. She knew, and that's awesome, man. That's what it's all about. So it is a community watch, AV Watchman, and of course we are here for Investigation News Network. Thank you guys, appreciate you guys. We're out.